Good evening, everyone. This is Toya with the Blue Lighthouse Mantle. And I want to talk about a dream that I had. Took down my notes. It was really strange, you had a dream. You know it was a dream, but yet it felt like something was really happening, right? So let me just read what I got. A group of people were sent on a mission, unsure for what for. Everything was fine, but at some point we transferred from a spacecraft to a boat. And things started getting crazy. One by one, people were turning into vampires. They kept on with the mission until the last two people, myself and an elder female vampire, who at the time it appeared that she was refusing to bite me, so to speak, to make me a vampire. And at the time, I believed that she had killed herself to keep her from doing that. The water was getting in the boat. It was cold, so my body was cold. And apparently, the people who were becoming vampires sniffed out what they wanted by the warmth of people's blood. So my feet was in the water, which made me cold. And so the people, it's like they didn't see me. It was like they were blind to actually see with their eyes, but they sniffed them out by the warmth of their blood. I believe she killed herself and water was getting in the boat. It was cold, so my blood was cold, and they only desired warm blood. I felt my ancestors around me. They were there to keep me safe. I was like the end of it. It was like my ancestors came in like droves to protect me and make sure that nothing happened. So, I don't know, let me finish this. When everyone got the disease, everybody around me seemed red. So like what I could visually see, the sky was red, the boat was red, everything seemed to be red. I'm asking these questions to myself or to my spirit team. How did I get off the boat? The answer I heard was my ancestors. Did the last elder kill herself? And I heard no. Did she help me? Yes. Was she saved? No. I heard she followed me into different timelines. That made her mad because like every timeline, the same thing happened. Different situations, but it was like the same thing. She let herself go to keep from hurting me, right? The other question is she in this timeline that I'm in now? I heard no. But she is still in the one that I just left. Will she follow me again? No. My energy kept her alive. That is how she survived. She started turning others like her, but still wanted me and could not have me. There was nothing I can do. My ancestors chose me to live. I heard the song Yolanda Adams, Open Arms. So I don't fully understand what it's saying, but I'm getting that it wasn't that she was the last one that didn't turn or that turned. She was always that way. She got other people to be like her. So it wasn't just some happenstance. She was turning these people like this. And she got all these other people to come towards me to do the same thing to me. But they couldn't because my ancestors stepped in. And for whatever reason, my ancestors wanted me to survive by any means necessary. And that's through all these different timelines. They wanted me to survive because apparently I have something to do. And at first, I didn't understand the dream. I didn't understand the character. But now, as I was talking about it, I think I figured out who it was, or who it is. Now, there could be other people, but this particular thing that was happening to me in this life, there's been many and many characters in different situations that spearheaded certain things to happen to me. But this particular thing was my Aunt Etta. Aunt Etta. I believe that whatever this could have been real in the dream that was given to me about her. And she is probably still fighting to do things to come after me. But my ancestors won't let her. They won't allow her to take me out. Haven't felt this way in a minute. But I know that I was told that my ancestors would be dropping some gems for me to let me know things that were happening. And ooh. And I kind of, now that I'm thinking back on all the times that my mom has ever moved, she always had to either live with us or she moved right next door to us. And I mean right next door. She was always there. And always in the midst of things that's going wrong with my life. Never helped. Never gave me any advice. Never. I remember one of the last conversations that I had with her though. She was telling me about her children's father. And that her eldest son was with him. I can't remember what it was for. And she was with somebody else. It was like something for her son, I believe. And they stopped at a gas station with whoever she was with. And she saw them. And it's like he had nothing nice to say about her, you know? And I kind of understand why. It's amazing because after I found out that the father of her children passed, he came to me in a dream with these other people. I wrote it down in my diary and I can't remember exactly what happened, but I really felt like he was there as some form of protection for me. I really do. I really do. I'm so grateful for every ancestor, every ascended master, every angel, every spirit guide, every Orisha, every deity, every being, malevolent or benevolent. They're all the same thing, just on different spectrums. I am very grateful to all of them. For moving me, for warning me, for covering me, for just protection, you know. The little nudges, the the whispers, hearing them talking, hearing their conversations. I don't always know in the physical what they're saying, but it's like my soul knows what they're talking about because it gives me some feeling of comfort. I know that at some point I can't always just rely on them to just give me answers or expect them to tell me this or tell me that. At some point, I have to go out there in the world and just trust what I've learned, trust my intuition, and make my own decisions, which is like my last test, or one of my last tests. I'm always going to be tested at different points in my life. But yeah. And I think right now it's coming up to that time where they'll always be there if I really, really need them. But they're kind of going to move to the side and let me make my own decisions from this point. And I have to trust myself. I have to trust everything that I learned, what I learned about myself during this time of alone solace. And know that everything I need is within me. I trust and believe that I do. But it's kind of like, you know, when you are a child and you going off to college and you're excited and you know you gotta do what you gotta do, you know you gotta grow up, and if you really need something, your parents will be there if you ask them. And then on the other spectrum, the parent who has done everything you can for your child, and you know your child's gotta go, and you're an empty nester, and you know you want to give them everything so they won't be hurt or they won't have to go through the pains that you went through, but you have to let go of the ropes so they can be their own person. I am like a mixture of both of those. Yeah. I used to be upset with myself because I cry all the time. But I listened to someone say that at a certain point going through your journey, when you cry, you're purging that old stuff out. The old thoughts, the old you, the old stuff that you heard or that you thought you were. That's why you cry. And I think that's what I'm going through now. Because I can hear something and I'll start crying. And not understanding. So I have to, I have to check in with myself and be like, what is this? What is this? What is going on with you? Why are you feeling this way, you know? What is all that about? Is that another way of purging? Yeah, I find myself doing that a lot. Like, what are you crying for? Because, you know, I try not to watch a lot of nonsense stuff. If I watch something on TV, it's going to be something that makes me laugh or that makes me think. Not just people fighting or people killing or anything like that. And even when I watch something that makes me really think, I go behind it with something that makes me laugh in a good way, you know, not laughing at people, but something that's funny about something I may have experienced or what have you. To whoever is able to hear this, I appreciate you listening. I know a lot of times what I say may not make sense to some people. It may be all over the place, but it's me. Sometimes my mind is like that. There's 1,001 things going on, and I'm pretty sure my grandpup is getting tired of me talking to him like he looks at me and his ears perk up. I know he like, I hope she finds somebody. Anyway, I thank you all for listening. It's been a minute since I've been on here and just expressing myself. I'll be back because I'm always dreaming. Of course, I don't say all the dreams that I have because I know they're specifically telling me something that I need to do, and I don't want to say it because there's people who still trying to do harm, and I don't want them to have any ideas to go on, you know. I don't want them to hear what my spiritual team is saying to me to help me to grow or help me to get out of certain situations or what have you. So again, I am Toya. This is the Blue Lighthouse Mantle, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Toya. I appreciate my whole spiritual team. I appreciate the Galactic Federation. I am grateful for earth, air, fire, water, and ether, all which are me. I will talk at you on another time. Have a wonderful evening. Rest well.